Life without design is erratic. There is a reason that you are here today in this video. The message behind this video is staring you in the face. There's a reason for that. What I share today is something we can all benefit from hearing from. It's a great check-in and reminder for myself. I walk you through by using an example of my pickleball lessons. So we have a little story to drive the message home, which often that's what it requires, because then you can kind of visualize what the person is talking about with their message and their teachings. So I use an example of my pickleball lessons and how when taking lessons, the goal is to learn the activity and then to increase or expand in what I am doing. So what I share today will hit hard for some of you, many of you. If you are, and I say it in the video, in la la land, and don't take offense, it will be hard for some of you who see yourself very guilty at what I share, not taking offense. But here's the thing, when we take offense to something, there's a reason. So for those that what I share today doesn't apply, they won't bat a lash. It won't affect them in the least bit because what I'm sharing doesn't really describe them. But if it describes you, you may take offense to it. But try to look at it from the lens of, why am I hearing this message? This message isn't being done to me, it's being done for me so that I can increase, so that I can expand and grow as a person, so that I can level up and optimize my systems so that I'm not in la la land, or I'm not in a constant state of overwhelm and stress because I have no systems. So I'm walking you through using an example of getting better at pickleball, and I'm using the 3 strategies, the 3 techniques, the 3 systems required to move the needle, to raise the bar, to increase, expand, grow, get better in an area. And it's often what is missed when people are trying to increase and expand in who they are or how they're doing something. So in the message today, sit back, listen with intent, listen to learn. Okay, don't listen to be on the defense. There's a lot of nuggets. Everyone watching today will benefit from today's message. Listen and decide, where does this apply to me? Where in my life does what Tracy's sharing apply to me? You'll probably find it. And I also have an exercise to do along with it. And who doesn't love a little exercise or assignment to do? Links to anything that I talk about or share, as always, are in the description box below this video. This was a powerful message I shared last week, 1 week ago today on Instagram stories, and I rewatched it to prepare for doing the intro and exit. And wow, what a powerful message. But yeah, it's going to pinch a nerve for a few of you. And there's a reason why. There is a reason when that happens. I know for myself, when I get a little nudge or something kind of makes me feel, there's a reason. And I need to say, okay, this is happening for me so that I can learn from it, so that I can take what I'm being taught and apply it to my life. So let's take a listen, sit back. It's long and lengthy. Jump on a cardio machine. You know I always say that. This is a perfect opportunity to multitask. Listen with intent. Get your notebook out because there's a lot of notes to take, and we talk about those notes in the message. So let's take a look. Morning. I need to wrap up my work on the workstation bike. I'm going to use an example to hopefully help you with systems. How do you improve in an area? Okay. If you're not moving the needle in an area, how do you improve? Okay, we'll use pickleball as the example. Think about this. Where does this apply to you? Not pickleball. That's just the metaphor. That's the story. The message is where it applies for you. Go to pickleball. Let's just say you're my client. And I say to you, oh, you had pickleball this morning. How did it go? And you come back and say, oh, it went really good. I learned a lot of new little techniques. Great, that's awesome. Yeah, you're getting into it, learning little techniques. So read me your brain dump. And you're like, what? Read me your notes. Notes? Yeah, you left pickleball today and you learned some things. Read me your notes. Read to me what you learned. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, so you're just going to remember everything? You're going to remember all the techniques and the little tips that your coach gave you. Okay, so there's step number 1. Get it out of your head. I didn't have time yesterday, or let's go back, Tracy, reframe. I didn't make the time yesterday because my time was spoken for. So I just got done brain dumping what I learned yesterday, the techniques. Okay, so step 1, brain dump is done. Great, there's my notes. Notes are done. Next, I say to my client, share your screen with me or hold up your planner. Because I don't, not everyone does digital. Some people do digital, some people do physical. I'm a crossbreed. Hold up your planner for the week or share your screen with me so that I can see where in your daily tasks or however often you're going to read your notes. Oh, well, I made the notes. Yeah, I have the notes. Okay, right. Now you show me, you have to physically show me, prove to me that those notes will be utilized. So let's look at your task list for the week. How often are you reading those notes? Do you think you'll remember to read them before next week's lesson? Is the light bulb starting to go off? Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, should we? Do you think we should? Because how will you remember what you learned in Monday's lesson by next Monday so that you can apply it? And we still have more steps. Oh, great idea. So, okay, how often do you want to read your notes? Well, I probably would benefit from reading them daily. I think so too, but I don't have that answer. You do. You know how things stick with you. Great. So let's pull up your task list or your physical planner, whatever you use. There's no right or wrong. And let's put it in there so that it gets done daily. The reason I like digital for this is because I only have to type it once. Then I set it as a daily task. I can set that and then it pops up daily for me to remind me. That's how we get better. That's how we improve. That's how we increase. That's how we expand. Okay, great. We have the notes dumped. Mine are a tailing document because I learn things each week. I'm 5 weeks in. I dump them and I actually delete them as they're solid. Like I have the scoring down. I have some of the rules about the ball has to bounce on the serve, but it has to bounce back for the return. Some things I already are ingrained. I take them out. Each week I go through what can I eliminate because it's solid now. Then it streamlines my time. I don't want to read things because time is always the issue for most of us. It's not necessary for me to read what's already solid and concrete, only what's not. Okay? Apply that where it's applicable in your life. But now we also want to physically do the work. Or I don't know, I don't have your answer. Should we physically do the work? Should we physically apply the techniques that you learned? Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. I think so, but again, I don't have your answer because I don't know. Maybe you just got it, right? I wouldn't, but maybe you do. No, I'm not that type either, Tracy. I'm someone who needs to put it to practice. Okay, so how often should you put these techniques to practice so that they retain, right, kind of muscle memory here? Probably daily, or at least a few days per week. I completely am on board with you. How do we make that happen? Will you remember in your very busy, very, very busy, already spoken for life, client says back, oh no, I won't even be thinking about pickleball. I am in back-to-back meetings. People are putting me in meetings, in teams, or whatever all day long. Okay, so we probably need to schedule that somewhere because you're not going to remember. So it needs to be, again, is it on your task list? Is it on your calendar? Is it on your physical planner? I don't know. It depends on where that would be applicable for you. For me, it would go on my task list, probably in one of my blocks, but I have a system and I may approach or offer my system to my client. So we already know that you're getting up at 5 a.m. and you're doing your workout. Could you attach your pickleball training techniques, your pickleball training techniques? Could we attach that to your workout? Oh, well, it's like 5, 6 in the morning. That's who plays pickleball at 5 or 6? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter who plays at 5 or 6? I thought you were in this session. I thought it was you that we were working with. I didn't know that we brought someone else into our lane, into our box. Name these people? Name these people, the who's. I need to hear, do they have names? No. Okay. All right. So who are we working on? Who do we care about today? Me, the client. Yeah, that's a great person to care about considering you're paying top dollar to work with a coach like me. Let's maximize and not worry about the who's, the others, right? Let's go revisit your question. Who does like pickleball at 5, 6 a.m.? Reframe that, your answer now. Maybe me? Maybe. Yeah, maybe you. Maybe you do. Yeah. It's a thought. It's a thought, right? You're already dressed in some fitness clothes. You already have your athletic shoes on. You already have a water bottle. And if you practiced for 5 minutes per day, imagine where you would be by the end of the week. You're going to go into next week's lesson with some practice of these techniques under your belt. You're increasing, you're expanding, you're moving the needle, you're raising the bar, you're getting better. Let's take a look at this. So if you did 5 sessions, if you practiced 5 times this week, and you only spent 5 minutes per day, you're going to go into next week's practice with 26 minutes of practicing under your belt. Oh, well, imagine that. Oh my, yeah. 6 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 5 minutes here, almost 6 minutes here, rest day, 4 minutes here. Let's go to another week. Let's take a look at the next week. Okay. Oh, 41 training sessions. No, I have to choose table tennis on my app. It's either tennis or table tennis. You know, it's kind of a cross in between, but you have to choose something. Okay. So, 6 training sessions this week. You only averaged 4 per day. So you spent 27 minutes training for your next lesson. It really didn't take you much time. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh no, it's getting bad. 1 minute, 16 seconds. 3, 4, rest. 11, you had to make up for those rest days, didn't you? Work on that technique. Shall we move on? Yes, I have a little sarcasm. You know what? When you get up as early as I do, you get to. Whatever you say, Tracy. Whatever you say. Okay, table tennis. Table tennis, come on. Okay. Last week, 7 training sessions. Love you. Spend about 5 minutes per day. That's your average. Ooh, 40 minutes. Girlfriend, you step up that game. My girl. Okay, there's 11. 8. 3. 5. Resty. 5. Is the light bulb going off? And again, where does this apply to you? Your thought work assignment for today. Where does this apply in my life? How often do I knee jerk? Because we are impulsive people, right? You are too. Don't think you're not. You're very knee jerk. Yes. I can be knee-jerk as well, but I do something called awareness to catch the knee-jerk reactions. It'd be nice if more people would do that. But where do I do the knee-jerk reaction of, well, I don't have time? Oh, yes, you don't have 3 minutes each day. You have the time. Yeah, the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, yeah. You're right, I do have the 3 to 5 minutes per day. You are right on that. Right, scroller. Let's see where Reels, how much time Tracy spent on Reels and TikTok. Let's see. I'm not seeing it on the lineup, but yet she has all this time. I'm not saying anyone has said that to me. No one says that to me. I'm using it as an example. The neighbor lady next door has, she has the time to do this. I don't. Well, she may not have some of the things that your list, what would be on your list of getting the job done, right? 3 to 5 minutes per day is all it would take to increase, expand, move the needle, raise the bar, right? To increase and get better in an area, to get stronger as a person. But again, you have to have the instruction manual, right? Or the recipe, using a metaphor, whatever the framework is, you have to start with that, because if you don't even have that, you'll never get to this. And that's why you're pulled into distractions, because you don't have a framework. You don't have a framework to keep you grounded, to keep you getting things done. You don't have it laid out. You don't have it mapped out. So it would make complete sense you don't have the time, because your time is spent in la-la land. It's called distraction la-la land. Right? There's no focus work going on. So you have to have the framework. You have to have the plan. You have to have the dump. You have to have it in front of you. From there, it's scheduled. It's scheduled. Yes, it's scheduled so that your time is spoken for. Life without design is erratic. Write it down. Write it down. Life without design is erratic. Design your life. Nothing will happen by chance. No one is exempt. No one's getting the free lunch, right?
You must make it happen. You have to create the framework. You have to have the master plan. The plan, it gets scheduled, and then what is required to truly increase? Put it to practice. So I just shared 3 big dogs with you. Now comes your big juicy assignment. Go back, tap back, go to the beginning of my sharing this morning, and start brain dumping. You can do it digitally. You can do it in your journal or notepad. Brain dump the message of the day, the teachings of the day. My grace gift to you, pro bono. No one has to check out. Pro bono teachings to you. Just gave you a coaching session pro bono. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love doing what I do. I'm doing my life's work. Tracy, do life's task. It's in front of me every day to hold me accountable for you, to show up for you. Today, assignment, brain dump, everything that I just shared in my teachings. Step 1 is that. Step 2, schedule it. Schedule when you're going to read your brain dump. Daily may be wise. Daily may be wise. Also put in your brain dump where this applies to you. Where is it applicable to me? Tracy used the story of pickleball. That's not my story. Where is this applicable to me? You will know. It'll come up for you. Give it some thought. Self-reflect. We all need time. Why do I get up so early? Because I need that time to be into my own thoughts before the world gets crazy and busy. There's something to stew and chew on. Schedule it somewhere. Print it out, put it on a clipboard, put it next to the toilet. Every time you pee, every 20 minutes like I do, you read it. 3rd step, apply it. Apply the teachings, apply the techniques. Think of Coach Steve at pickleball. He's amazing. He is a girls varsity tennis coach in one of the surrounding school districts. Awesome. Love him. Think of Coach Steve teaching me techniques. I just taught you techniques, which was step number 3. Again, make the framework, the plan. Schedule when you're going to read through your brain dump. Step 3 is applying the technique. I gave you the techniques. Now you have to apply them. What does that look like for you? If this is like, I need more of this, there's something that I do. It's called coaching. It's called workshops. If you want more, I have it all out there for you. Go to the website. Look at all of my offerings. Decide what's in your budget, what speaks to you, and take advantage of it. This is what happens in coaching. You walk away with something applicable. Tracy, I've been in therapy and counseling my whole life, and I love all helping modalities. You will never hear me speak ill of any helping modality, and I love when my clients are working with a therapist or counselor and me. Bingo, bam! But I hear this over and over. I've been in counseling and therapy my whole life, and I've never experienced anything like this, because we are going to put the action. There's going to be some action going on. And I'm going to put a fist in your side, because that's what I do. That's my work. That's my life's task. I'm going to read something to you. This email came through the Hensel Coaching and Consulting, the customer support. And this is an email that technically goes to Haley. Haley is the one who takes care of what she's requesting. But I still always read every single email. I want you to listen to this. Listen closely. Hello. She's asking what she is requesting. And she puts, I had multiple one-on-one coaching sessions with Tracy in 2019 and am now exploring her online courses and replays. I have always been able to level up using her guidance when implemented in my life. Organizing my calendar, task list, and keep notes in Keep is a platform. Keep notes in Google Suite per Tracy's recommendation has been overwhelming to keep up with, to say the least. Listen, I can see how in the next 3 months or so, the processes become streamlined and a smooth life as a result. If you want an easy method of achieving success, this isn't going to be the right path for you. This will require full-time presence to ensure a lasting success. Yeah, it's kind of like the road to health. Do you cherry pick it? Do you just do a little bit here and, we have a trip coming up, or my daughter's wedding, or, my class reunion. I'm going to drop a little bit of weight and go get ready, and, I'm going to, do a little couple videos and clean up my diet for 4 days and lose a little water weight. That's not the path to health. What is your final decade going to look like with that? And then you'll have a reason. Menopause showed up. It was menopause that did that to me. Not me. No. I just give things my half-ass, not my full-ass, right? This will require your full-time presence to ensure lasting success. You have to be in it to win it. You create the systems, you take the time, you create the framework. Yeah, you do have to make an investment there. It requires some time, but if you're working with someone who can assist you in creating that, you're golden, right? Do a return on investment with that. It's worth its weight in gold. Do you think I'm just going to go out and learn how to play pickleball from the neighbor? Neighbor's no expert. That's not how I operate. I do things the correct way for me. Because guess what I'm learning? I'm learning things that the neighbor doesn't know. Yeah. You must do the work up front. It will require an investment of your time up front, and it may require an investment of your money up front to do something for the long haul. Right? To do something effectively. But then you have to keep it going. Once the framework is laid out, life gets easier because it's just a matter of printing those documents for tomorrow, which is on my list of things to do while I'm doing my admin work. I'm not even going to take a poll if you want me to save today's video for a YouTube video, because it is so powerful and it's basically a coaching session. It probably took about the amount of time too. Look at how much time it took me to do this. Can I do this on my own? Absolutely, because I gave you 3 steps today. So where do they apply in your life? Go apply them and then say, okay, how can I build on that? What's another area I can apply that? Oh, this area. Oh, and then another area. Oh, in this area. So what I shared applies to every area of my life. And those who are succeeding how they see it at life have a plan or system. Nothing is happening by chance. you apply it to all areas. How you do one thing is, they say, how you do all things, but I'm not they, I'm Tracy, and I say how you do one thing is how you do most things, because there could be an area, maybe you knock it out of the park at work because you're a people pleaser, and you fear what you'll be looked at if you don't knock it out of the park and overextend yourself. But you don't do that in your personal life because there's no one I need to people please to be accepted, to be liked, to be loved, to feel competent, to feel worthy. What will they think? So I'll people please for everyone else. I'll overextend myself at work. I won't do anything for my life at home. So not exactly how I do one thing is how I do all things, because I show up for them out of fear to cover up and suppress my wounds from my own childhood, not necessarily from your parents, but definitely an authoritative figure. It's all making sense, Tracy. It's all making sense that my ways, my patterns, my habits, they all go back to a certain area, and it all makes sense why I'm not checking off the boxes of my life. It's coming to me now. It's coming to me now. Now I can drive the bus. I can raise the bar. I can move the needle. I can increase. I can expand. I can live the life I've always desired. Me, in my daily talks and walks with God. God, I did life's task. I only have today, and I did life's task. I did life's work. I did what He called me to do. So, life's work, but what's the task each day to do life's work? It's the same concept I shared, folks. Whatever the big is requires the daily. So we know my life's work, but in my doc, Tracy today, on Tuesday, April 23rd, in being obedient, do life's task. Right there. Tracy, do life's task. Tuesday. See how it's already checked off? I know, that toilet paper roll. See how it's already checked off? Yeah, because I did that. I am a clarion voice for those eager to hear. Now, I have to go in and share the results of the poll that I took yesterday, about almost 24 hours ago. I would never remember. So I either set a reminder, set a timer, or I just put it right in my face where I know I will be. Where I know I will be.
Yes, folks, life without design is erratic. Life without design is erratic. If today's message hit home for you and you feel you need assistance, you need help, you need support, guidance, a mentor to help you get to a place where you can increase, expand, raise the bar in your life, move the needle, increase and develop in an area that isn't working so optimally for you and maybe causing stress and overwhelm. I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. No rhyme or reason, right? La La Land is kind of what I said. Yeah, it hits hard. And sometimes we need things to hit hard for us to make the change in our life for the better. I'm a coach. All I want to do is help people see and live their potential, to see and live an abundant life, to create that. But you have to design that. And if it's all erratic, that will never happen. One-on-one coaching can do wonders, but I have so many workshops that you can take advantage of today that will help you, and I listed several in the description box below, so check them out. Thanks for being here. Weigh in. Share what area my message today hit home for you and where you're going to start putting the work in. Did you take the assignment? What came up for you? So I'd love to hear, and thanks once again for being here. Have a good one.